faith did you lose in the Lakers last night?
No, because I knew what they were. It's not like I had a whole lot of playoff faith in them before they went into this game, Skip. See, what happens is sometimes you win a ball game and you're like, well, see, we don't need AD to be dominant. Remember Friday night, Skip? He had 8 points and 9 rebounds. Mm-hmm. Oh, see, we don't need AD. That just shows you. No, you absolutely need him. Mm-hmm. And then you fall into the trap thinking that you can get by playing team and AD have these subpar, mediocre performances. Mm-hmm. AD needs to be 28 and 15 on a nightly basis in order to give you a great chance in order to win.
Certainly without LeBron.
Yes. Yeah, and that should be the expectation. And Skip, 14 and 15, I think he had 14 points and 16 points and 15 rebounds. Mm-hmm. For a second-tier player, okay, fine. And this is not a knock on Nick Claxton, because I think Nick Claxton has turned himself into a great player. But that's a great stat line for him. Anthony Davis is supposed to be a piece you build your franchise around and takes you to heights that you normally couldn't get to without a player like himself. And so for him to have an 8.9 rebound game, or for him to give you a 16-15 when LeBron is out, is just unacceptable. AD needed to be 28-15.
Yeah.
Not 16 or 14 and 15. That's not good enough, Skip. AD finished with 17 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists. But I'm used to AD being in when LeBron is out, taking the games over, because he's going to get the lion's share of the shots, and rightfully so. D'Angelo Russell has been great. In his return, he's been sensational. I got no problems with him. I got no problem with Hachimura played well. Austin Reeves played well. Schroeder came in and played well. He had a couple of turnovers, but I need more from AD. All them other guys, the Troy Browns and the Vanderbilts and the Beasleys, they finding good, and they come and they go. Mm-hmm. But the one guy that can't ever go, that always must come, is an Anthony Davis. Yep. He almost was skipping and dying on the come. That's what I need him to be. I need to be on the AD. I need you to be on the come, bro. I need to be able to count on you like the 1st and the 15th. Yeah. And we all know what the 1st and the 15th is. That's payday. And people count on payday. I need to be able to count on Anthony Davis. And the last 2 games, I haven't been able to count on him like I should have. This was Julius Randle was sensational. R.J. Barrett was sensational. Quickly has been playing unbelievable lately. But Skip, I need AD. AD, you got to give me more than this, bro. I need more than this.
Okay, first point to your final point is there's no Jalen Brunson for the New York Knicks right now. You have to win this game without Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
You can't let Emmanuel quickly beat you. You can't let the Knicks without their star, their all-star. You can't let this happen at home. All right, to your point, here we go again. How many times have we talked about Anthony Davis on this show? Is he AD as in all day, or is he AD as in always disappointing? I lean toward the latter. You did win a championship, even though there was an asterisk on it because it happened in the bubble, but he did carry you to a championship. LeBron was great, but I thought AD was even greater than LeBron was through that run. So the move and the price that you paid to go get AD out of New Orleans and get him to Lakerland paid off because you got your championship. Now, it's time. He's still in his prime, and there's no LeBron, at least for right now. It is time for him to step up and show you he can do this on a nightly basis. But to use one of your favorite phrases, he can summons it up here and there, but it's almost like unpredictable. It doesn't follow any pattern.
Right.
I don't know when he's going to summons it up. Maybe it's against Embiid at Philadelphia, as he did a year ago, and he will look like not just a top 5, he looks like a top 3 player. Mm-hmm. What has Darvin Ham been calling him with a new nickname? He calls him Wilt, as in Wilt Davis, as in Wilt Chamberlain, because on a given night, he can have Wilt-type dominance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Friday night was the first bad sign because, to your point, he gets only 8. Toronto's dangerous, and you hold him off because on Friday night, you get... Wait a second, you got 28 from D'Angelo. He has been sensational.
And he went crazy in the 4th.
He went crazy in the 4th. Schroeder gave you 23. Austin Reeves gave you 18. Hachimura gave you 16. You just keep going down the line of you got contribution upon contribution upon contribution on Friday night against dangerous Toronto, and you pulled it out. And I was I was on fire on Twitter because that looks like a basketball team that if you add a revitalized LeBron James to, you got about as good a shot at winning the West as anybody.
Right.
Because all of a sudden, we'll talk about later, but Denver's lost 3 in a row. They're not the same at this moment. Mm-hmm. We know Memphis doesn't have Ja for the foreseeable future. I don't know if he's even going to come back this year or not.
Correct.
Dallas it's down Luka and Kyrie. I don't know. The Clippers have had a little resurgence, mainly because Ty Lue is not playing Russ the way he used to play him at the start of this run. Okay, it's there for the taking because I do like all your little pieces. But the little pieces don't matter if the big piece just disappears. And last night felt like a disappearance to me. So what happened at the end of the game? Schroeder made a play. Schroeder is a closer for you. He will make late plays, like crazy great plays. And he makes a play. He gets loose for a layup that cuts it to 2 with 19 seconds left. And if we could see what happened after this, he blows by and he gets the 2. Now you need to think about fouling.
Foul immediately.
Somebody foul. Okay. Quickly's got the ball. Wait, you got him. You trapped him. You got Quickly in a trap right there. And you don't foul, and you don't foul. And you're lucky to get the foul call here because I don't even see where the foul call is. I'm not even sure they gave you a break because they're about to get a dunk to win the game.
But Skip, the thing was you had 2 timeouts.
Okay.
Go ahead and take the foul with 17 seconds.
All right.
If he makes both of them, you get the ball, advance the ball.
You have a trap on Quickly under their basket.
Yeah.
And it involves Anthony Davis and Dennis Schroeder. They've played a bunch of basketball games in this league. They're not babies anymore, right? They know how you do this. And they're smart players to me. They get it. Okay? Number one, you have to slam the trap door on him where you just trap him and you're either going to foul him or you're going to turn him over.
Right.
One or the other. But it has to happen now. And they have to be shrewd enough. They have to be veteran enough to see it's a 2-point game. If we're going to make them shoot free throws, we got to go make them shoot free throws right now so we have a chance to turn into a free throw shooting contest.
We're trying to extend the game.
Right? But you can't put Josh Hart, an ex-Laker who's got an axe to grind against you, and he's tough clutch, man.
Right.
You can't put him on the free throw line with 5 seconds left with 2 free throws and hope for the best outcome because it's not going to be pretty.
Well, I would have taken my chance of putting Quickly on the line, Skip, with 17 seconds.
Okay.
At least now I got 2 timeouts. I advance the ball. Either I get me a quick 2 or I take a 3. I put him on the line again. I take a time, get the rebound, take a timeout, advance the ball again.
Okay. Now, positive news. Silver lining to last night.
You saw some of that?
LeBron comes back, and he's not wearing his boot. Okay, that's a small positive because they say they're going to evaluate him next week. Okay, a week from today, right? Darvin Ham had a very interesting line after the game. Caught my ear. I love Darvin Ham after the games. He's really good. But this was very forthcoming. This is about LeBron. He said, it's also good for him to unplug a little bit. Not to be detached necessarily, but just mentally to get a little bit of calming to everything that's transpired over the year. It's not just about him getting healthy, meaning physically. It's about him being in a good place mentally and spiritually so we can get the best version of him when he returns. I love that because I kept telling you it took a lot out of that man to go on that run that he went on to pass Kareem. And it wasn't just physically that it took out of him. It took a lot of emotion to go on that tear from December 30th all the way through that Oklahoma City game. And to pass him, it brought him down because he gave you every last ounce. I don't think his foot and his ankle are very good, and he pushed them over the limit. So now they just gave him a medical week off. He just needed a week off just to get away and just sort of calibrate a little bit. Just get away from basketball. And now you start to amp up and build back up, maybe toward next Monday. Is it possible he could come back in a week or so? It's possible. All right, what do you still have here? You've got 2 road games at New Orleans and at Houston. They're winnable games with the group that you have.
Houston, the Pelicans been playing well.
Okay, but it's still winnable with AD going back there. I just think it's a close game.
Did you not just see what AD did the last 2 games?
Okay, I'm just saying you could win that game. You could definitely win the game at Houston. Then you come home for 5 straight games. So you got 5 more games at home. Dallas, Orlando, Phoenix, OKC, and Chicago. All those games without KD in Phoenix, obviously, they're all winnable. I don't know when Luka's coming back. I don't know when Kyrie's coming back. I'm just saying your roster is good enough. If you add LeBron back and he's revitalized, you got a shot to win the West. You just do. I don't care what you say, but you need to be, it would help you immensely to be the 6th seed as opposed to be in the play-in tournament.
I totally agree.
And you were on a roll toward that, and now you've blown home games to Minnesota a week ago Friday night and last night.
Yeah.
Those are games you just should win at home.
Yeah. AD missed 10 of 18 field goals, 4 or 5 free throws.
Yep.
And Mitchell
No, I mean,
Robinson.
the killer is he makes 1 of 5 free throws.
Yeah, he missed 4. Yeah, he missed 4.
Yeah.
Skip. And Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein
They did.
got you off your game.
Okay. All right.
Mitchell, really? Okay, if that's Giannis, okay, I got no problem. If that's Joel Embiid, okay.
Okay, so does this team look like it could even make the play-in tournament?
No.
No.
The way they played last night, no.
Really? You're
Not with
out on
Skip,
play-in?
Skip. You just told me, say AD plays sometimes like a top 5 player. You tell me he looked like he was top 5. You tell me he looked like he was top 15 last night. In Toronto, Skip, 8 points and 9 rebounds. From a guy that gave you 55 and 17, a guy that's giving you 30, 20 ball games, he gave you 8 points and 9 rebounds.
Okay. What could LeBron give you if he comes back fresh?
Yeah, but still, with 8 and 9, LeBron can't give you 40 and 20.
I'm just saying, the West keeps coming back to you.
Unfortunately,
you don't take advantage.
And guess what? And we, Michael Jackson, we moonwalking back. They coming down and we moonwalking on back.
I got it. I don't see anybody just taking off except for Sacramento. They seem to be.
It would be great as the team, as we do this, the West does that. That'd be, look at that, there we go. But they doing this and we doing that.
Okay. But Friday night you won against Toronto and it looked like you were doing this.
Yes. But see, I knew that was a false sense because people are giddy because AD had 8 and 9 and you won the game. But if you think, how many games you think you're going to win if your best player gives you 8.9 rebounds?
Well, not that one. I mean, you came within 2 points of them late, but that was the end of that deal.
Shannon, if you're scared about Tuesday and the Pelicans, just say you're scared.
There you go. See, that you talking big. You talking real big, Jen. When you went on that like 8-9 game losing streak, you couldn't say that. Well, we gonna see when Zion comes back.
Yeah.
After that 41-point rally from Trey Murphy last night, I'm feeling real good about tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.